How's it going, YouTubers and Facebookers? This is Light Salt coming at you, just doing another video for my Bible studies. So I'd like to just get right down into it. I've been watching a lot of videos lately on Ken Hovind, which is a really good preacher and teacher. He has a lot of good information, so if you want to go check him out, he's a really good source for that. I've also been watching videos from off of Jason A. And also, I think it's Puritan Pictures, which is another good one if you want to go check them out. And then I've also been looking at guys like Thunderfoot, who are the disputing factor of creationism and religion in its entirety. And the reason why I wanted to do this video is because there's a lot of nonsense going around. There's a lot of this nonsense of, what does your religion produce? Well, here's the thing. I don't believe in a religion. Religion has nothing to do with my life. Catholics are a religion, and they believe in multiple gods, and they honor themselves to idols, which is two things which are against the Ten Commandments in the Bible. Catholicism has nothing to do with the Bible of God. It's actually, I think it's against the Bible of God, and I think it's leading people away from actually believing in Christ. Another reason why I wanted to do this video is to make it clear that even though religion may not produce anything, because, well, here's a simple fact. It doesn't have to produce anything. Just as people's belief in evolution, it doesn't produce anything. Yeah, it's a great thing to study under the name of science, but it doesn't produce anything. It hasn't produced anything, and it never will produce anything. One of its founders, Charles Darwin, admitted at the end of his life that A, he lied about his findings, and B, he gave his life to God before he died. And this is one of the founding fathers of evolution. So, I mean, I don't know where evolutionists get their grounds, but this definitely sounds like some rocky territory, especially when evolution hasn't made any new findings since it's been founded. I mean, it's changing its information all the time, but that doesn't mean it's producing anything new or getting any new information, because there isn't. There's a lot of research out there, and that's great, but it's not producing anything. My religion doesn't have to produce anything, because there is one person who I believe in, which is God, who produces everything for me. He made the land, he made me, he gave me my life, he gave me his word, and I'm to be here in order to teach his word and to give his word to other people. And I'm going to stand firm in his word, and I'm always going to be here as a Christian. And then when I die, it's for me to go home to see him. I'm not going to try to convert anybody, because that's not my job. I'm not here to change a man's heart. I'm just here to give the information of Christ and to give you as much information as possible in order for you to make a decision in what to do with your life. I don't always like to make videos or make comments towards people who are unbelievers, because you can't make an unbeliever a believer. What could you actually say, or what could you actually give an unbeliever in order to make him believe? I don't believe there's anything that you can say or do to make an unbeliever a believer. You can plant a seed in somebody and say that Jesus Christ lives. He died on the cross for us, and he loves you, and he spread his blood for you, and that he cares for you. It's only when somebody becomes at least a partial believer, or at least has some sort of idea that they believe in God, that's when you can actually begin a discussion with somebody. These people who believe in evolution, they're willfully ignorant. They want to be ignorant of God. They want to be ignorant of the things of religion and stuff like that. And there's nothing you can dispute these people all day long. I mean, Ken Hovind has done, I don't know, countless numbers of discussions at universities. There's professors who even refuse to debate him, because they know he's going to make them look like fools. But no matter how many times he does it convert them? No. But the reason why I think it's good that he's doing it is because he's shedding light on the falsified information that evolution has and that evolution gives us. Evolution hasn't produced any new findings whatsoever that has contributed to society in any sort of way. You can do studies with science, and science is great. Science produces things. Science gives us information on stuff. Evolution does not. Evolution is a belief that we came from somewhere that we did not. And there's just as my beliefs don't produce anything, because it doesn't have to, just as evolution is never going to. The belief in religion and this idea that has to produce anything, which is something that evolutionists seem to get a kick on lately, is, well, what do you produce? What are you actually producing for the world? Well, how about eternal life? Does that sound like something that you would like to have? How about a relationship with somebody who can love you beyond even your own mother or father? Someone who can be there for you. Someone who can bring you through this life and teach you. Someone beyond who can give what you anybody else can give you. You know, that's all I can really give you. That coming to Christ, and having a fear for Him, and being humble and wanting to learn from God, can produce many things in your life alone. Science is also a great thing, which produces lots of technological advances in the healthcare field and in mechanics and other areas like that. I'm not the greatest scientist in the world, so I can't get too deep into it. But I'm not against science, and science is a great thing. A lot of the science that you have today, a lot of the information that you have today, a lot of the books that were written on science were done by people who believed in God and were creationists and who believed the earth was created. You can be a Christian scientist just as well as you can be an evolutionist scientist. I mean, that's just your belief. But it doesn't mean evolution produces anything, because it doesn't. Believing that we came from monkeys doesn't exactly help cure AIDS, does it? It doesn't do anything. You can study the animals and the fish and the birds and the sea all you want, but that doesn't mean that your belief that we came from monkeys is doing anything. It's not doing anything. It's the science that's doing something. Creationists love science. They love producing things. They love helping people. We got no problem with science, and I don't get where this idea comes from that it's the belief side of things that has to produce anything. Science is the pursuit of knowledge. It's the pursuit to better mankind, and that's exactly what it does. That's what produces something. Me believing in God isn't going to cure cancer any more than you believing that the earth came from a giant big bang. I mean, it's not going to come up with cures. It's not going to do anything for advances technologically. It's not going to advance us at all. You have a belief, and that's great. Even though that belief is a lie and it has no foundation. I have a foundation, and I have proof in my belief, because not only does the Bible contain information on humans living with dinosaurs, the Great Flood, which the earth has many signs of a great flood that did happen, apart from the Grand Canyon and the fact that we actually found the ark that carried all the animals, and not only the fact that there's many different people and places that are in the Bible that we have found their grave sites, and we have found these cities. So the Bible, and this is a fact, the Bible has never once been proven false. The information that's in there, the places that it describes, the people that were in it, nothing has ever been proven false, not once. Evolution has been proven false hundreds of different times by hundreds of different scientists who have written papers upon papers upon papers of evidence that has been falsified by evolutionists to try to build the grounds for something. Like saying, for instance, that bones that they found were a missing link. This monkey Lucy, I think, that they found, they were saying was a missing link. This is so close in between humans and animals. That's falsified information. The fact is that this was an extraordinary ape. There's no proof from skeletons that can tell you that this ape ever had children. There's no proof that the children that this ape had ever formed into humans. There's no information to support that at all. So your belief that we came from there is a belief. That's it. But my beliefs, a lot of my beliefs have already been proven and have never been falsified for the information that has not yet been proven. Not only that, the prophecies that have come to pass that are in the Bible, that have already come to pass. I mean, the countless amount of information that is put into that book, the fact that it knows about dinosaurs and even describes them in very minor detail, it describes dinosaurs in very major detail. Everything down to their scales, to their might, to their size, to the fact that there were ones that breathed fire. And you can match this up with many, many other societies, like ancient China and areas over various places over in Asia who had cave markings of dinosaurs and dragons, there was pottery work done that had people on it that were fighting dinosaurs and dragons, ancient scripts that were outside of the Bible that talk about dinosaurs and dragons, and the Bible isn't the only one. So we know that dinosaurs didn't live over 2 billion years ago. We know that they lived with humans. And I mean, this is something that's already been founded. This is something that we already know. But evolutionists are going to deny it right down to the bone. It's never, ever, ever going to reach their brains because of the fact that they don't have a humble heart that wants to believe. There's nothing we can say or do that's going to make them do that. It's great to put information out there, and it's great to let people know about Jesus Christ and his love and the fact that he died in order that we might be able to be reconciled unto the Father. That's all we can really do. And we can only hope that they can come to the faith and come to know him, because there's nothing we can do or say to change them. So the big part of me making these videos is not, I mean, it is for the unbelievers. At the same time, it's not. I mean, I'm not here to change anybody. I'm just here to try to strengthen other people's faith. That's basically all I want to do. Is if you're a partial believer, or if you at least have the idea or the thought that there actually is a God, that's why I want to make these videos. I just want to strengthen your faith, and I want to lead you to other brothers who can do that. Just like the videos I mentioned before, Puritan Pictures, and if you're really looking into getting into the faith and the science faith side of things, Kent Hovind is a very great place to start, and he's a very intelligent man who has disputed a lot of professors in the field of evolution. His videos, I would say, is probably the best resource for you. Puritan Pictures actually has a great couple of videos called The Genesis Theory Part 1 and 2. If you really are really into the faith and you know enough about the Bible, I would say this is a good kind of advanced lesson. Have a problem theory with understanding the Genesis theory on the Puritan Pictures page, but if you want to give it a try, you can. I mean, if you know enough about science and you know enough about the Bible, that can really strengthen your faith. A good beginner's lesson would be Kent Hovind, I'd say, is the best place I can point you to. I say God bless to you all, and I hope that you share these videos and spread them around and help other people in their faith, and maybe help somebody who's struggling with their faith. I love you all, and God bless.